what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another monsters analysis video. So I know this is like the third analysis video for today. I just wanted to get it out there. This is the newest monster, right? This is the newest monster right now in the game. It's BLAZ. So this monster is going to be on sale, apparently, according to Marianne. So I did ask, I was like, how do we obtain him? And she said that he will be on sale. So this monster right here, BLAZ, that we're about to go ahead and review, this is going to be a support monster. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. But before we do that, I want to actually thank Fox and of course Marianne for the info that they give. But yeah, let's go ahead and read the lore. So BLAZ is Dr. Watts' creation. What actually? Okay, for Dr. Watts, right? Dr. Watts. This monster is also related to him, and not just this, but also the other monster that we did analysis video is also related to Dr. Watts, which is crazy. But anyways, apparently it's a creation and faithful servant. He helps him around the lab. He's like a pig for Doctor's craziest and most relentless experiments. The treatment received has made BLAZ very resilient. Despite his frail appearance, BLAZ is also the monster in charge of handing the Doctor's creation to Kralik. You guys know the Kralik monster? Well, that's the mythic, the Easter mythic, if you guys remember. The bunny sort of monster. It was a bunny, right? Anyways, who cares? Who then distributes them all around the world, camouflage as X. Dr. Watch's army will soon be numerous and unstoppable. Sounds interesting, right? Kind of crazy as well. Scary. BLAZ is a metal support monster with cooldown protection. So what I've actually noticed with the recent mythics, for example, I think it was Dr. Watts as well. He gets like he gets the cooldown activation immunity, right? And not just this monster, that monster, but also this monster also now has cooldown activation protection at rank 3, which is crazy. We're gonna get into that, but I'm just saying, like, it's starting to make cooldown monsters less usable. Like, they're just trying to get rid of the whole cooldown protection, what's it called, meta, right? They're just trying to get rid of it, trying to like sort of nerf it as now on with these traits and stuff, unless you have a monster like Madam Fusion or something, unless they probably will do something against Madam Fusion with like releasing a monster that's gonna make Madam Fusion useless. I don't know, we'll have to see. Gosh, okay, anyways, so he can apply skill mirrors and shield to all allies or remove their negative status effects and apply true vision to them. Okay, he can also hurt enemies by removing their positive status effects and applying nanovirus to them. Okay, BLAZ has also or has an evolving trait at rank 0. So he has an evolving trait, right? First, at rank 0 he's immune to possession. So monsters that could possess, as long as they can't trait disable this guy, he'll be good to go with, you know, he won't be possessed or anything like that, and he won't be supporting the enemies if he does get possessed, you know. There are chances of either him recharging that turn, or he could apply shield or whatever. We're gonna get into the skills in a second. But anyways, he gains immunity to bleed, and at rank 3, he protects the cooldowns of his allies. Like I said, making monsters that have cooldown skills, like for example Gragon, those monsters are going to be useless very soon. They just released like 2 monsters in a row that that will make cooldown monsters a little useless. For example, Watts and BLAZ. But anyways, at level 100, this monster will have 56,098 HP, which is life basically. For power, he has 5,456, not too high, of course it's a supporter, and speed is 4,895. So before I actually get into, after we get into the skills and stuff, I'll let you guys know what runes to actually run him with. Okay, so we already went through the evolving trait, right? Let's go over to the relics. So relics, it's mask and banner. You can use Talonase mask, whatever you want to use. Banner would be awesome too. You could go in and run them with that. Books, mechanical, of course. Adventures, good legions. Good legions just like Dr. Watts. Anyways, at tier 1, prepare for checkup. Deals moderate metal damage to all enemies. Removes shield from all enemies. So he does some damage, of course, and then he removes shield from all enemies. If you want to run that, that's good. But I don't know. He's just better as being a supporter though. But anyways, we have Don't Panic. Removes all negative status effects from one ally. Applies a random positive status effects to one ally. Applies a random positive status effects to one ally. So that actually may confuse some of you guys. But basically what it does is that it removes all the negative status effects basically from one of your allies, even him, I think. And not just that, but he also applies a random positive status effect, right? One time, and I think he does it again, like twice in a row. So that would be 2 positive status effects, if I'm wrong, if I'm correct, I meant. Anyways, we have Protective Protocol, that's skill name. We have applied skill mirror to all allies. Applies a 25% life shield to all allies as well. That is 2 turn cooldown, 50 stamina cost, and 100% accurate. Of course, 0 damage, just like the other 2 skills. So the only skill that actually does damage is the first one, Prepare for Checkup, right? It does like 40 damage. I mean, it has 40 damage. But man, alright, yeah, so that's gonna be a special. Protective Protocol is actually a metal skill, never mind, it's actually a metal skill, of course. 25% life shield and apply skill mirror, pretty good. It's like, it's giving me some vibes of, what's that, War Master Ramsar, right? A little bit. Stay Calm, removes all negative status effects from all allies. Applies torture immunity to all allies. Torture immunity is actually amazing. That's like having a torture immunity trait basically. So it's actually very good to run that skill. I would definitely recommend it 100%. We have Expired Antiseptic, or is it Antiseptic? I don't know, I think it's Antiseptic. Removes positive status effects from one enemy, removes positive status effects from all enemies, applies nanovirus to all enemies. So it removes all the negative status or positive status effects, right, from one of the enemies, and then it does it again, but it's to all enemies, and then nanovirus to all enemies as well. And that does 0 damage, of course, although the nanovirus will do some damage each turn and stuff like that. And it applies, or it removes, it blocks positive status effects basically. That's what nanovirus does. And apparently it has 2 cooldown skills, 40 stamina cost, and 95% accurate. Cool. Surprisingly beneficial operation. Restores all cooldowns on one ally. Applies True Vision to one ally. That costs 35 stamina, 100% accurate, and 1 turn cooldown. I don't really recommend... Well, I do recommend running that skill unless... Here's the thing. So that skill, surprisingly beneficial operation, right? That restores all cooldown on one of the allies and applies True Vision to them. Well, you can only run this or run that if you have the monster from level 1 to, what is it, 120? That's rank 2, if I'm correct. Basically rank 2, right? Whenever he's at rank 2, you can still run him with that skill. But if you get to rank 3, I need you to swap that with a different skill, unless you just want the True Vision. Because restoring all cooldown, I mean, you're gonna have that as one of your traits, rank 3. Status caster, area, cooldown activation per section. So I would actually just recommend not running that when you're at level 115 or above that, because you're gonna have it as a trait, and I don't know, unless you just want the True Vision, of course. But aside from that, we have Seek and Fix. That is the ultimate, or the special skill as you want to call it. Resource all cooldown on all allies. Applies skill mirror to all allies. Applies damage boost to all allies. I really like that special skill. It's pretty good, actually, in my opinion. So first, it restores all the cooldowns, right? Although, maybe if he, it's just that if he is, what's it called, trade disabled or something like that. The cooldown part, I mean, like I said, cooldown protection is his trait. I think it was to all of the allies as well. He protects the cooldowns of his allies. Yes, I see. So skill mirror again, and then damage boost. So if you're running any attackers, damage boost would help. Skill mirror would actually help out as well, all of them. But overall, they didn't really give a good picture of him. I could maybe actually pull up a picture of him, what he actually looks like. So this is what the monster looks like. Yeah, so this is the ultimate form, basically, like the third form, I should say. This right here is the egg. I do like the egg a little. It's pretty cool. He looks like a broken robot. Yeah, I mean, it is actually a broken robot at basically level 1 to level 4 it is, or whatever. But that's his baby form, basically, as you want to call it. But yeah, that's an egg. That's the big form. But anyways, overall, I'd probably give him like as a supporter. he's not that really that bad. He removes all the positive side effects, negative side effects, and stuff like that. It's a pretty good monster. But that's going to be pretty much it for today's monster review on the monster BLAZ. So I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, smash the like button, also subscribe, and let me know if it was helpful or not. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.